Former US President Theodore Roosevelt and his chief conservation advisor George Pinchot believed the natural world should be protected so that it could provide useful resources for human needs like food, lumber, and water. This is an example of which type of environmental thought? Right again. Utilitarian conservation is a valid answer. The sixth extinction culminates the research of dozens of scientists from around the world. Author Elizabeth Kolbert compiles these findings into case studies and stories to give a general overview of the latest research. This source would be considered a sharp thinking, investigative journalism piece is the right choice. John Muir, the first president of the Sierra Club, believed that the natural world should be preserved because nature itself had value, regardless of whether or not it could be used by humans. This is an example of which type of environmental thought? You're right. Ethical and aesthetic concerns is the correct answer. Dr. Wangari Maathai founded the Green Belt movement to both reforest land in Kenya and provide communities with living wage work. This is an example of which type of environmental thought? Strong choice. Environmental quality and social progress is the right answer.
Dash helped to understand the current environmental problems through the knowledge of physical, chemical, biological, and social processes.
Well done. Environmental studies is the right choice. The human activity among the following, which causes maximum environmental pollution, having regional and global impact, is nicely done. Industrialization is a solid answer. What does PLOS stand for? Exactly. Environmental education makes sense, and it is right choice. Environmental study is a multidisciplinary academic field that systematically studies human interaction with the dash. Well reasoned. Environment is the correct choice. Because environmental science encompasses so many different fields of study, it is said to be a dash science. Right choice. Interdisciplinary is the best answer. Identify the logo. Clear logic. Your choice United Nations Environment Program is sound and 100% true. Number of people, other living organism, or crops total region can support without environmental degradation. Bravo. Carrying capacity is the answer. A scientist that studies the interrelationships between organisms and their environments is called dash. You chose ecologist. And it is correct. A person's attitude toward the natural world and how they value the environment is called their dash. Great thinking. Environmental ethics is the right choice. How is outdoor and environmental studies progressed from the middle years of outdoor education? Nice work. You chose more theory than practical, and it is correct. Environmental problems have resulted in all of the following issues on our planet except dash. Great job. Improved rainfall patterns is the accurate answer. The perfect equilibrium existing in the biosphere between the various organisms is known as solid response. Ecological balance is a valid choice. An international conference on environmental education was held in December 1982 at Excellent. New Delhi is a brilliant choice. Process of evaluating the likely environmental impacts of a proposed project. Both of the above is the correct choice.
Which of the following is the problem not associated with population growth?
Smart move. None of these is an accurate answer.
Which of the following are major environmental issues involved in mining?
Excellent choice. All of the above is the right answer.
Which of the following is the authority to monitor industrial effluents?
Well picked. State Pollution Control Board is the correct answer.
The following cannot be used as a recent outdoor environmental conflict.
Valid point. The Franklin River conflict, Tasmania, is true.
The term environment is derived from an old French word environ, means
Good thinking. Surroundings is the right answer.
The most appropriate benefits of water and its impact on life are dash.
Nice selection. Maintaining the environmental ecosystem is the correct and valid answer. Following is the need of environment studies for business management.
Correct response. All of the above is the most accurate answer.
A private INGO, National Environmental Science Academy, is at?
You got it? Your choice, New Delhi, is right.
How many units are there in outdoor and environmental studies?
On track. 4 is the correct answer.
Which is the main objective of environmental conservation?
Smart pick. All of the above is the correct choice.
Which among the following is an environmental database?
Good job. Your answer, Enmis, works well here.
The basic requirements of human beings are provided by.
Correct. Nature is the right answer.
The Environmental Act 1986 deals with.
Right again. All is a valid answer.
What would you do to prevent environmental damage?
Nicely done. All of the above is a solid answer.
Environmental Protection Act was introduced in.
1976 is the answer.
zone consisting air, water, and soil is known as.
Nice work. You chose Biosphere, tags multidisciplinary nature of environmental studies, and it is correct.
What is not a goal of environmental science?
Correct. Discover Earth's landforms and landscapes is the right answer.
The objective of environmental education is.
Well done. All of the above is the right choice.
The textbook required for OS U14 is dash.
Good thinking. Nelson Outdoor and Environmental Studies. Edition 4 is the right answer.
The objective of environment studies is.
Well picked. All of the above is the correct answer.
Environmental pollution is due to.
You chose A above, and it is correct.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Strong choice. Contact Narayan Chengdar is the right answer.